and welcome back to my channel. And I'm going to be doing something differently. So, Game of Thrones Season 7 has been going on. And something I wanted to do, I actually wanted to do like a little recap of the episodes. And with it being so hectic around here, I wasn't really able to do a recap for episodes 1 or 2. So, episode 3 has came and gone. And I'm finally able to talk about this season, and it's been a really great season so far. There's only 7 episodes in this season, so we're already almost like halfway done. But episode 3, The Queen's Justice, was a great episode. I hit 100 subscribers, so thank you guys for that. It really means a lot to me. So if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please do. I really appreciate it. And also, I'm about to go into full spoilers for this episode, so if you guys haven't seen the episode yet, or if you haven't really watched Game of Thrones, and you feel like you want to jump into it later on, then just skip this video and, come back later or something like that. So, just fair warning, here we go. Okay, spoilers. Alright, so anyways, there's a big scene in this episode that started at the very beginning of the episode. And I'm actually going to save that for the ending of my video. I'm not going to talk about it until the ending because it's my favorite part in the episode. So the thing I am going to start off with, though, is the reunitement between Sansa and Bran. And this is something that we have been waiting for since freaking season 1. And they're finally back together. And as much as I liked it, it was so frustrating. Bran, he's not really Bran anymore. He's the three-eyed raven. And, they're having this conversation, and Sansa, she's trying to figure out, like, what's been going on with him and stuff like that, and Bran's like, I'm the three-eyed raven, and she's like, what the hell is that? Like, what are you talking about? So, it just seems like he, like, really didn't care about anything at that moment. Like, I would say that he still cares about his family, but I feel like they come second now, and he's more focused on more important things going on, so he's kind of just numb to everything. And something that I liked was when he brought up Sansa's wedding night between her and Ramsay Bolton, and how, like, she looked really nice and stuff like that. But I don't know if he knew about everything else that happened, or he just didn't want to bring it up. But she starts to remember that night, so she gets up and walks away. So that was a very interesting scene. Something else I liked about this episode was Euron Greyjoy, I think that's how you say his name, Theon's uncle. He brings Cersei the gift. She gets revenge for the murder of her daughter Myrcella, and it was a very nice scene. And I know Cersei's a monster and stuff like that, but I kind of felt for her, and you kind of have to, like, look at her point of view. Like, she lost her daughter in a very horrific way, so she's just, doing what she feels is right, getting back at the people who took away her daughter. So, in my opinion, like, something I liked about the show is, like, everybody, there is really no good or bad. Everybody has a reason for doing what they do, and they don't see themselves as a villain. They see themselves as doing what they think is right. So it's just, that scene I liked, and I thought it was a great scene. Another awesome scene in this episode was the Unsullied taking over Casterly Rock, and it was freaking awesome to see them, storm Casterly Rock and, get the upper hand and stuff like that. But then, it gets flipped around, and we find out that Jaime pulls a Robb Stark back, his little war tactic back in season 1. And so now the Unsullied are stuck at Casterly Rock, and their ships are destroyed, and it seems like Daenerys is like, she's losing all these people. So, that being said, when Jaime, he decides to go visit the Queen of Thorns, Olenna, I think that's how you say her name. And I love that conversation between the two. How she's saying that Cersei is a monster, and she regrets, like, having anything to do with her. And Jaime, he's going to feel the same way eventually. And I'm pretty sure that, I feel like Jaime kind of feels that way a little bit, but he just doesn't want to admit it yet. But it was nice to see, Jaime, be merciful and stuff like that, and, let her drink poison instead of just, making her death slow and painful. But it was freaking awesome when she just came out and admitted that she was behind Joffrey's death. And Jamie, he believed her. You could just tell in his face that he believed her. So that was a very cool scene, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens from there if Jamie tells Cersei, because now Jamie knows that Tyrion wasn't involved in Joffrey's murder. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see if Jamie does tell Cersei, what Cersei's going to do about it. To know that her brother is innocent and that it was these other people that were the cause of her son's death. Also, Sir Jorah Mormont, I'm pretty sure, I don't know how, I think that's how you say his name. He has no grayscale now, and I like that scene where he's getting examined and, he's free of grayscale. And Sam Tarly, he did a really good job at that. And it's funny because he gets punished for it. I mean, he did a good thing, but then he gets punished for it. So I thought that was a pretty funny scene. Now on to the big moment. The freaking scene that a lot of people are waiting for. I've been waiting for, and it was just great. It was a big surprise that they started the episode off with this scene. It was the scene between, Ice and Fire finally, meeting up. And it was very awesome to see Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen, have their conversation. I just thought it was funny, they're just going back and forth with each other, and Jon's like, your dad burned my grandfather and my uncle alive, and Daenerys is getting all pissed because Jon won't bend a knee or freaking refer to her as queen, and it was a very awesome conversation between the two, and it was nice because, as they continue talking to each other, you could just tell that they were both pretty much the same person. They started as nothing, had shitty lives, and then they just grew, and now they became something great. And that's what I absolutely loved about this scene. And there was something freaking funny in this conversation that they were having. Daenerys is like, I'm the last Targaryen. And anybody that's watched this show knows that that's fucking wrong. And as soon as she said that, I just wanted to shout and be like, wrong, but I didn't. And it was just because it's funny because Jon Snow is a Targaryen, and this is that moment where the audience watching the show knows something that the characters in the show have no clue about. So I love that. And it's basically aunt and nephew, going back and forth, bantering and stuff like that. So it was just a great scene. And then they have the little moment where Jon, they're talking outside and they're looking at the dragons, and Daenerys decides to let Jon have the dragon glass. Something else during that conversation that they had at the beginning of the episode was it almost got said that Jon, he took a knife in the heart, and it got stopped though. So that was an interesting moment, and I'm kind of curious to see if Daenerys, if she's going to be like, hey, show me that you got stabbed. Let me see the scar and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, if she does, question him about if he really did die and stuff like that. So I love this episode, and the reason why I wanted to do videos like this is because I like talking about this show. I'm a huge fan of the show. I love it. I'll be honest, I would say that it's my favorite show. So if you guys have any comments, then leave a comment down below. Just tell me what you liked about the show. If I missed something. So I'm pretty sure I said someone's name wrong, so you can just bash me for that. But in all seriousness, just definitely, I want to talk about the show more with different people. So thank you guys for watching my video. This is a recap of episode 3, The Queen's Justice. And if you guys like this video, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. I plan on putting more videos out during the week. So thank you guys for watching my video, and have a wonderful night.